Before we get cracking with today's podcast, we have a message from our mates at GameDay Squad.
Do you love women's fantasy footy?
Women's Aussie Rules Fantasy has officially launched at GameDay Squad.
It's free to play, create, coach, and compete for weekly prizes.
Open your free player packs weekly.
It's fun, it's free, it's easy.
Register now at GameDaySquad.com.au.
DT's all right with me. DT's all right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Roy. I Coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach Combinator.
Right, yeah.
Who we got, dog?
This team.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
That's better.
Sucked into him. Oh, yeah. Sucked into him.
Knocked out.
So we hit our final 8 teams for these club review series, and, this is one of the teams that, they finished 8th on the ladder.
They did.
And remained there.
Sent packing.
They were.
They wished they didn't scrape into the 8.
Up and about. So,
Blue boys.
few Swans in and out of our sides this year.
There
I think
was.
so.
Yeah.
Some big dogs, obviously.
They're never traditionally a relevant
No.
fantasy team, are they? Back in the day, they used to be relevant for how restrictive they were to opposition.
Yep.
But it's rare that someone really comes through that you've got to have from the Swans.
Well, that's it.
He doesn't play the kids.
No.
And never a real high possession game by the Swans. Traditionally.
No one other than
Yes.
Errol Gulden.
Yes.
Now, a must-have start.
Well, no.
This year.
Everyone started with him.
Everyone
No,
started with him.
It was not a must-have start.
Well, you should have.
Well, if you pay any attention to the preseason, you knew he was a must-have.
Okay. Round 6, this year he was averaging 89. Not a must-have.
Well, he was priced at less than that.
Oh, yeah, he was. It was a great pick, right?
Yeah.
You don't pay enough attention.
No, I don't.
To those that's what
If you
picks your
score,
team.
what did he have?
That's how you pick your team.
170?
Yep.
Must preseason game. Had to have him.
No, that was amazing though, that game. So I can see where you were.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm not going to be one of these fools
Yeah.
that jumps on someone who's just had a crack because, as Swanee's told us a number of times, only shit players try in those games.
Yep.
But not him. He's just a different beast.
When everyone did it, though, that's where you can bite your pride and just go, safety numbers.
Look, I stuffed it up, right?
But you rectified it
I made a
quickly.
blunder.
Quickly, define quickly.
Well, no, I didn't.
Week 2 or 3, wasn't it?
No.
What?
So it lasted a long time. 'Cause
Oh my
he actually put a couple of big scores on the head. Actually, I think it's right there. So after that round 6, he goes 116, 161.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
Oh, Cal's
Were
going,
you still-
I should have him.
Were you still hanging
Maybe I
out?
should have him.
Still not on team Errol.
Weren't you?
I think I bought him in when we did that, the, what's it called? The wrap, AFL Fantasy wrap, that thing.
Yeah.
And it was talking about the player that you bought in, bang for your buck. I think Errol was mine that week where you got the 153 in round 9.
Round 9.
Round 9.
Wow.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
from that point onwards, let's go from round 6, he averaged 89, and then after that, he goes at 121. 121.
So
for
that
the rest of the
113
year.
average for the season. Now, he's a midfielder. He'll be midfielder only next year, so there's zero chance that he'll have that forward status. 113 is a lot.
It's a lot.
I know.
But
we'll find a way to talk ourselves into players that you can because of what they did in the second half of the season and stuff. But
Yeah, definitely.
he did get rolling, and if you watch that final, he is their best player.
And the thing is, he's a captain option, which means you can pay.
Yes.
Is it overs? I don't even know if it's overs. Like, the problem is with paying up for someone at the Swans, despite them being a lot different to they used to be, they've still got Horse coaching.
Correct.
And he's a poor man's Bevo.
He is.
He can wreck people.
Yep.
Like even Errol, for example, and he can score in this position anyway, but he's about the only winger that doesn't get stuck on a wing. He still finds a way.
Yep.
But, I mean, what if he's pushed out there without any CBAs next year? You just don't know.
You don't know.
With Horse. That's the fear with someone like Errol, because we spoke about it in the season, Dog, probably in that first 9 weeks when we were teasing Cow. But his hunger for the ball, and what is he, second-year player or third? That was a third-year breakout, was it? His demand from, he doesn't care if they're a senior player.
Yeah.
He'll wave his arms and yell and scream.
And that's it. He's got that, as Dossie calls
Yes.
it, that observable thirst.
He
And
has.
does have that.
He has
love it.
exactly
He definitely has it.
that, and he'll slap the hands if it's not given to him.
Yep.
But then bang, straight up to the next contest demanding it again.
So 113 average. Can he maintain that? Is
Yes,
probably the question.
yes.
Yep.
How can't he? That's my question.
So the Swans, and that's probably the only player that we've got in that what a man segment, really.
Yeah,
I
I
think we do, because he was 20 points better than Chad Warner.
He's an interesting player.
He's an interesting one.
So Chad Warner averaged 93 for his 20 games.
He's someone that was talked about in the preseason, along with 900 other players. However, he's one that we think is better than what he's currently doing, to be honest, and his best certainly is.
Agree.
He had some decent scores throughout the season, but it was just up and down all the way through, missed games. He came back, so you could nearly say he's a bit underpriced in the sense of how he came back, because round 19, 70, 92, 89, 94, 87, 92.
No.
That's below that probably 100 figure that you've got. So with him being priced at the 93,
So
there's a bit of meat on the bone.
Yeah, there is. He didn't hit 100 in his last 6. He hit on the flip side 700s in his first 11. That's more a reflection of where he's at. But once again, he rode the CBA roller coaster.
Yes.
Didn't he?
Yep.
And it's seemingly for no reason at times.
And that's the thing with old Horse. Like in the last 5 games there, Papley would have been second behind Luke Parker for CBAs.
When you see, like when the game was on the line too on that Friday night, Papley's the one in the middle.
Yeah, he was.
They whack him in there.
They do. They certainly do.
Well, they
But-
think he's like Dusty or something, do we?
Yeah, I think so.
I like watching him.
Do you?
Yeah,
You
I
would.
reckon he's one of those real polarising players.
Yeah,
You
I
either
do
love
like
him or
watching
hate
him.
him. Like
Yeah,
he's-
no, I'm a
the
lover.
way he celebrates.
I
the
do
way,
like that.
you've got to-
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of all that. The thing, well, this is the prime example, though. This is why we have to be hesitant. So Callum Mills coming off a career year.
Yes.
Just smoking it. Dominant player in the AFL. In the grand final last year, where they got absolutely pumped, Mills his role changed completely.
Yep.
He was awful that day and basically has been out of form since. So
So is
There's
this
your
where
thing.
we're going to that then?
I'm telling you, we are
So,
never,
Millsy probably copped this term to us, never again, after
big time.
a couple of things during the season. One of them was a really bizarre one. We're up in Brisbane that afternoon when he
that was
had
nasty.
that, thanks to our mates at GameDay Squad, we were there.
We
That
were
was
there.
awesome at the Pineapple Hotel. And there were some coaches there that brought in Mills that week.
Well,
for
that was one of the weeks,
3-point game.
he looked ripe for the
Calf.
picking
He
there
did.
because he'd already dropped a truckload of cash.
Yep.
Looked ripe, brought him in, bang, 3.
So this is a guy who's coming off years of 110, 111.
Yeah, safe.
Right?
And his game,
Mate.
he's got the tools, and this is another preseason quote. He's got the tools to be the best player,
Yes.
fantasy-wise, in the AFL.
Yep.
He does everything. He can rack up, he tackles, he marks.
Yep.
He even floats back
Yep.
at
He
the end
does.
of quarters
In a
for cheap
positive
plus
way.
sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is this.
You know what type of tool he is, though?
Yeah.
That Swiss Army knife.
He is, which
Because
you
he does
do not
play
want to
different
hear.
rules.
Yeah,
Now-
you don't
Rolls
want to
all
hear
the
that.
time.
he's cheap.
He's so
Yeah, he
cheap.
is. So,
I mean, we'll put him on the never again list, but
84.
he's nearly at the top of
84
my
for a
watch
dude
list.
that's 110s.
He's
And
25
obviously
under.
What he did in that last round. That's
Oh,
like
well,
what?
there's the-
That's
some
the
salt.
talking point.
Yes.
The 155 that he had there in that last round where he did rack up.
And then in the
30
elimination,
touches,
yeah.
12 tackles in there.
That'll be in the
That-
footy record.
And then
100%
it will be. And against the Blues, he had 88.
Which is
Which
solid.
is look, for the Blues.
Well, you're
right?
against the hardest opposition in the comp.
Too right.
And in a final.
Yes.
Look, I'm watching
know.
it.
It's
I'm
definitely a
watching it
watch
hard.
list.
It is.
And he's never, no one's a never again in that case because he's been 110.
Yeah,
And
in the
every
recent-
man has his price.
Yeah, and his price is probably right, to be honest. But he deserved the whack.
He needs a whack.
He deserved the whack for sure.
Yeah, because in that he's got a 58 and a 51 in there as well.
Yeah.
It's just hard to look at.
And they were. You look at the time on ground next to some of his really low scores, thinking, "Oh, I wonder what injury he copped that guy." Oh,
Yeah.
hang on, nah,
Just didn't.
85% time on ground.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Nah, so he's definitely there for now, but he'll come straight off it once preseason drops. He's too cheap.
Now, never again list. I guess it's something that we see. Jake Lloyd ended up with a 90.
Yeah,
he did.
Good return in the end.
Very solid.
So he's not there. Isaac Heaney is though.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
never going to happen.
Nah.
We've held hope for a lot of times.
You more than others.
You
too.
love him.
I really feel for you. that
Yeah.
This is the day you're
It's
really
never
coming to terms with
going
it.
to happen.
It's never going to happen.
What if they say he's
More
playing
midfield time.
full-time midfield?
Yep, and that'll last for 3 weeks. Then he's back up.
It will.
That's what happens.
That's the
with
thing. We know it enough now to just know that it's a no.
horses
So Heaney-
Bevo like.
Heaney had one game where he basically played full-time midfield this year. He had 76% CBAs, but because Luke Parker didn't.
Yeah.
So if one of those guys were to go down or whatever, then maybe. But geez.
Year after year, we've talked about why he'll be in the midfield.
Yep.
Even the club has, and then they didn't do it.
They never do it.
They never do it.
They never,
So
ever
nor
do it.
do we ever again.
Now, the ruck's an interesting one.
Yep.
Because where's that going to
Well-
sit with them?
There's talk that it could be Grundy heading there.
Hey,
so he's one of those, if
we're
it's there-
on.
and
We
this is
would be
wherever
on.
Grundy goes,
Yeah.
we're picking, I think.
We are. You're
that's-
spot on.
I think we're doing. But at Sydney, that would be a good
Yep.
thing. Has Hickey announced a retirement?
I don't think so.
I think the commentators tried to retire.
They tried to get rid of him.
And
I don't know if he's official.
no, he's probably one of those dudes that he might actually really need to be told. Mate.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Give us your top back, Tom.
I'll tell you what, though, they wouldn't, and if they don't get Grundy, they're probably begging him to play one
Yeah.
more because they don't really have.
No.
Our mate's not going to step up, is he?
You know you make me break.
Yes.
Who have
Our
you got,
mate, We're
Roy?
not putting our mate on the breakout. What was his name?
Oh,
Lockie McAndrew.
McAndrew. See, like that's, I feel for the big fella, and he obviously holds a special place in our heart, dog. But if you're shopping that hard,
We did.
before the season's even finished, and you got the big guy just sitting there going, "What about me?
What about me?
One
boys?
thing we will take is pat on the back, though. He was our dude
Yeah,
for that R3.
Yes.
He was the first of those cheap ones to play
he was."
Yep.
for a game or
Which
something.
does that
or
make it
whatever
a
was.
good or bad pick for
Yeah.
us? Like
We were better off with old mate Heathy.
we definitely
My
would have
mate.
been. Now, someone that I want to talk about in this breakout, we can't pick him based on his average and stuff like that, but Sheldrick is a scorer.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
So he played an important role for us. He went on a little stretch. Very impressive scoring. Have I got it there? No, I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. But he was killing it.
The cash cow of the buys.
Oh, so here it is. So he scored 79, 82, 111 and 93.
Yep.
Amazing.
Amazing cash generation. And at that stage, he was required on our field as well. Now, this is after, remember, I got him early. I was taking 7s and 15s and stuff.
Oh,
and
that's-
bests
yeah,
left,
yeah.
right and centre. But listen to this. This is what I find super impressive. So, of the first two of those scores I just mentioned, the 79, 57% time on ground is all he got. In that second one, that 82, only 55% time on ground.
Yep.
He is a legit scorer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Points per minute.
Yeah, definitely.
Same,
Now, I
just
don't
saying.
know what his status will be as far as positions, but man, oh man, if it had a little forward there, you'd be tempted.
You'd be tempted.
Might be a couple of players that we can look at, I guess, to see that'll be very lowly priced. So we might, we'll talk about our old mate Millsy a fair bit in the preseason. But if we're going right down the bottom end, so some guys that you'll be getting super cheap. So Matt Roberts, average 31. 6 games, so he gets a bit of a discount. So he'll be rookie
boy.
price.
It's time.
He'll be in the 300s.
It's time.
It's got to be. He's a top draft pick.
Surely.
There's a couple. Jack Buller, Roy, you picked him up. You got one game out of him for 19, so he'll be basement price.
Far out.
Who else is in there that played? Oh, Sheether played 3 games for an average of 18, so he'll be basement. There's a few like that, but probably the one that is the most exciting out of that crew. Actually, 2 more. Corey Warner, so brother of.
Yes.
3 games for 21. Obviously, subs in that, but Will Gould.
Surely.
He remains in our preseason teams.
He's in the record.
He's going to be a veteran
Yes.
at basement price.
Yeah, he will.
4 games for 28, so that discounts him down pretty close to basement.
Look, it's not a joke. He actually looks all right when he's out there.
Yeah.
He's a big, thick lad.
He is. I can't understand it myself.
Anyway, that's
But
where we are.
he'll definitely get record time again.
Swans are going to be super interesting, but probably not going to have a lot of players at this stage. Really, there'll be the watch list, but
Yeah.
I'm not too confident on anyone,
No.
No. And
except if Grundy goes there.
because I'm looking at their, when ranked on average, Mills is at number 5, Heaney's at number 6. Like, there's not much going on.
What are the chances of Will Gould making your initial team
Oh,
when the
He's
game
on there
opens.
when the game opens.
Just
of
for the
course.
fun of it, he has to be there,
Might
doesn't
even
he?
sneak him
The best place to be looking at Swans, though, is in GameDay Squad's W game, because there's a couple of guns there. The ones that I like a lot, Laura Gardner. So she went from Geelong to Sydney to get more midfield time, and she's getting it and racking up. So that's the other one. Chloe Malloy's the other one too. So they're the players that you'd want to be targeting if you can get those in a pack, or you want to hit that transfer market and try to get them.
Get them there.
Oh, well, that's the Swans.
Sweet.
Swannies.
Anything else? No.
Nah, just bad luck.
Yep.
Good luck next year.
Attention footy fans. Have you ever played fantasy football? Fantasy footy is taking the world by storm, and here's your chance to play for free. Create, coach, compete in fantasy footy for free with GameDay Squad. Open free new player packs each week. Sign up to coach, build your team, trade players, bench injured or unfit players, upgrade rookies. It's your fantasy team. Play your best team. Become the ultimate fantasy footy coach. It's fun, it's free, it's easy. Register now for free at GameDaysQuad.com.au.